No one saw this coming. Not Elon Musk, not Wall Street, not the trillion-dollar electric vehicle industry, but somewhere deep inside Honda's secretive R&D labs, it just happened. Something that wasn't supposed to leak, something that could wipe out the very foundation of EV dominance overnight. There was no press conference, no flashy reveal, just a quiet demonstration behind closed doors in Tochigi, Japan. A single prototype, no full electric drivetrain, no plug-in charging, no range anxiety, just a self-generating hybrid system. Within 48 hours, the shockwave had already begun. $17 billion in EV stock value vanished. Tesla staggered, Rivian plunged, and Panasonic went red. Because what Honda's CEO allegedly unveiled isn't just a new engine, it's a direct threat to everything the electric revolution was built on. No superchargers, no dependency on grid infrastructure, no rare earth metals, just a lightweight, high-efficiency hybrid unit that charges itself as it drives. No range limit, no lithium mines, no overloaded power grids, just a closed-loop system that rewrites every rule. Sources inside the room described the moment as surreal. One executive stood in stunned silence. Another broke decades of protocol and applauded for 6 minutes straight. For Japan's famously stoic boardrooms, that isn't just excitement, that's a seismic event. Because if this tech is real, and early leaks say it is, then the future doesn't belong to batteries, it belongs to hybrid autonomy. So before this gets buried, before the lobbyists scramble to shut it down, hit that like button, subscribe, and stay with us, because what you're about to hear may be the beginning of the end for electric cars. Forget everything you thought you knew about hybrids. This isn't the Insight 2.0. That car used dual motors, a small battery, and basic regenerative braking. It was efficient, yes, but limited by outdated architecture. This new engine isn't that. This is self-charging hybrid combustion. Honda has figured out how to create a closed-loop hybrid engine that generates its own electric power through high-efficiency combustion without ever needing to plug in. The result is a roaring high-performance drivetrain that delivers extended range, instant torque, and no dependency on charging stations. So, what kind of magic was buried inside this thing? At its core is something engineers once called impossible, a thermal regenerative piezoelectric drive. Using high-frequency mechanical vibrations and exhaust heat recapture, it generates and stores energy continuously as the vehicle operates. No plug-in, no external input, not stored, not grid-fed, not vulnerable to outages. The combustion engine runs at peak efficiency while the system harvests motion, heat, and pressure to feed a dense supercapacitor array that stabilizes current and powers all onboard systems. Cold start verified at -22 degrees Celsius, meaning it works in winter. Emissions? LAPA verified trace vapor, near zero carbon dioxide output. No battery waste, just warm air and a few wisps of steam from the tailpipe on cold mornings. That's it. And perhaps most critically, there's no plug, no charger, no lithium dependency. The engine generates, stores, and recycles power as it drives, like a portable energy loop that turns motion itself into propulsion. So why isn't the world cheering? Well, it's because some very powerful people are furious. Within just 48 hours of the leak, European Union regulators reportedly issued an internal directive to review all hybrid efficiency standards and synthetic combustion classifications. In simpler terms, they were told to find a way to discredit it. Over in Texas, oil lobbyists, completely blindsided by a breakthrough that doesn't involve drilling, pipelines, or electric infrastructure, called the announcement a PR stunt. Yet, even as they said this publicly, they privately began lobbying for emergency fuel tax protections. Meanwhile, one U.S. senator allegedly drafted a bill proposing a thermal energy output tax for non-standard vehicular propulsion. A tax on engine efficiency. You really can't make this up. In China, automotive research and development divisions began pulling archived Clarity hybrid blueprints from university databases. Reverse engineering has already begun. Japan's Ministry of Economy was reportedly warned that intellectual theft is now inevitable. As the news spread, Tesla made a shocking move suspending all upgrades to the Cybertruck drivetrain. No official reason was given, but, insiders claim it's because Musk himself wants to understand the hybrid system before committing to another round of electric innovation, because if even 60% of this is real, it changes everything. Honda isn't just threatening the EV market, it's threatening the geopolitical foundation of the energy economy. No lithium, no rare earths, no grid dependence, just high-efficiency closed-loop hybrid power. That one phrase is enough to cause panic across industries, continents, and ideologies. Because this isn't centralized, it can't be monopolized, it can't be disrupted by power outages or global mining bottlenecks. And when technology makes independent propulsion the fuel source of the future, you don't just disrupt energy, you rewrite civilization. And the real battle, that's only just beginning. The first casualty money. The financial quake didn't stop at Silicon Valley. Just hours after Honda's secret was exposed, oil markets hemorrhaged value. Saudi Aramco, the crown jewel of petroleum dominance, lost a staggering $41 billion in market capitalization in a single trading day. That's not a dip, that's a rupture. Across the globe, Norway's trillion-dollar sovereign wealth fund hit the brakes on its aggressive lithium mining investments. For years they'd banked on EVs to be the future. Overnight, their crystal ball cracked. They began unloading shares in lithium startups before the media could even spin the story. Meanwhile, India quietly but deliberately began signaling interest in becoming a hybrid engine manufacturing hub by 2026. Leaked meeting memos suggest top officials met with Honda's Asia-Pacific division barely 48 hours after the leak, eyeing rural fuel optimization and military adaptation in the Himalayas. The Japanese yen, long battered by inflation, surged back to life. Honda's stock exploded 18.4% in one trading session, the biggest single-day gain in the company's modern history. And in a twist no analyst had forecast, Russia entered the chat. Kremlin insiders allegedly greenlit a fast-track program to adapt the engine for use in tanks, logistics trucks, and even submarine drone prototypes. But just as the world scrambled to catch up, more secrets leaked. And this time it wasn't from Honda. In early June, anonymous engineers rumored to be part of a fired subcontractor team posted full schematics of the thermal regenerative hybrid capacitor array on a whistleblower forum. Within hours, the documents had been downloaded over 4 million times. Japan's patent office confirmed the technology had been briefly registered in 2023 and then mysteriously withdrawn. Suspicion grew that Honda was forced into silence until now. Internal memos from research divisions in Tochigi and Hamamatsu revealed something even more audacious. Honda had already deployed 10 test fleets across 3 continents under dummy companies. One prototype was field-tested in rural Kenya. Muddy roads, extreme heat, elevation shifts, the result zero performance degradation. In fact, new lab reports confirmed that even in sealed environments like tunnels or underground garages, the hybrid system's emissions remained non-toxic. Just trace vapor and heat haze. No carbon dioxide, no nitrogen oxides, no soot, not even residual hydrocarbons. It was so clean lab testers reported near zero emissions. Nothing you'd smell, nothing you'd see. But not everything is perfect, and now the red flags are starting to ripple through the system. Thermal efficiency, not water, is now the new oil. Regions already battling energy scarcity, like California or parts of sub-Saharan Africa, could face new geopolitical dilemmas. Experts warn that localized demand for ultra-efficient fuels and materials could outpace supply chains not built for this kind of distributed energy independence. We're entering uncharted territory where nations may clash not over power grids but over who controls the next-generation drivetrain infrastructure. That's not all. The engine's core system requires corrosion-resistant alloys and custom PZT or piezoelectric materials, bumping up initial manufacturing costs by an estimated 15%. Some metals used aren't rare, but they are niche, and the global supply chain isn't ready. Insurance agencies are reportedly baffled. One source claims that underwriters can't categorize the engine under EV, ICE, or hybrid classes. It's a regulatory no man's land. Municipal governments may even begin to cap fuel distribution credits or impose thermal efficiency thresholds to avoid destabilizing existing transit infrastructure. And if that happens, EV infrastructure upgrades like chargers, substations, battery backups could be halted permanently. Why build for a powertrain that just got leapfrogged by hybrid resonance and heat reclamation? This isn't just the end of electric as we know it, it's the reset button for the entire global auto industry. From Detroit to Dubai, from charging cables to cobalt mines, everything is now hanging by a thread. The revolution won't be televised. It will be unleashed with the turn of a key and the hum of a regenerative hybrid engine. If this is just the beginning, you won't want to miss what comes next.